The Borel Fire reached full containment on this day 1 year ago. And even now, stories are igniting memories of the destruction and the desperate efforts by fire crews to save property, including their own. I went back to Havilah to visit a U.S. Forest Service work center that was surrounded at the height of the firestorm and survived. When the Borel Fire started in the Kern River Canyon, Daniel Wild with the U.S. Forest Service Kern River District was in his patrol unit looking down on it.
And so because my patrol area is above where the fire was at, where it was headed, I requested if I wasn't needed that I could go up onto my unit and start scouting and looking at things in advance of the fire.
During the initial 48 hours, the fire moved slowly, and many crews were able to be proactive, doing further hazard reduction, even at their own work center south of Havilah.
Up here, kind of pushing the hazard reduction back.
It didn't look necessarily scary or anything at that point.
But as we now know, on July 26th, high winds whipped the flames and embers into a firestorm, catching a large number of resources at the work center.
There was fire running across this ridge just behind the station. Fire had moved across, and this is within a minute and a half. Moved across here, down through this drainage.
And in 5 minutes, they were surrounded.
Everybody was on nozzles, and everybody was doing what they needed to do to take care of this place, you know. I had to hook the engine up to the hydrant because the hydrant didn't have enough pressure to for the hose lay to work with all the nozzles open.
Ryan Lobre headed out to the road and began moving towards the barracks located a quarter mile away.
When you have fire behavior like that, there's not a whole lot we can do. All of a sudden, there was more fire than I'd ever seen in my life. I don't know where it came from, so I ran back down the road. Almost got run over by Division's truck. He was kind of trying to work his way up the road, and he's like, "Get in."
A lot of people coming in. Some people were coming in trying to help their families and friends evacuate. There was one guy, he wanted to go in to get his grandma. At that time, like, it was too late for anyone to go in. We already had, you know, fire resources being entrapped and being forced to retreat to safety zones and stuff at that point. So, like, I had to tell him no.
I've never been that close to a fire front when it's hit. When it starts getting close, we pull out. There's a lot of fire. A lot of fire.
And in the end, remember, everyone escaped. There were no fatalities. However, more than 59,000 acres burned, 223 structures were destroyed, and another 29 were damaged.